top Experian banks to get funding? In today's video, we are going to be covering the top Experian banks and credit unions for you to be able to use to get funding. Now, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do some credit stacking so you can apply for multiple credit products in one day. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Welcome to the channel, everyone. If you are new here, my name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott, and I want you to subscribe, my friend, because if you are interested in learning more about personal credit, business credit, funding, how to start a credit repair business, you are in the right place. In today's video, we're going to be covering some of the top financial institutions and credit unions that you need to know about in order to use your Experian credit report to your advantage. And for those of you that are interested in credit stacking is simply the process where you apply for multiple credit products using the same credit bureau in the same time frame. So what you want to do is select between 3 and 6 credit unions or banks that you want to apply for financial products with, and open up 3 or 4 or 5, or if you're putting in 6 applications, which is kind of pushing it, you want to open up X amount of different browser windows so you can fill out all of the applications and then hit the submit button all at the same time. So what that's going to do is have all of those applications pull from, say, Experian, so they all won't see each other pulling the credit. Now, in some cases, you might have to pull 1 or 2 banks separately. Like, for example, if you're going to be applying with Chase, I highly recommend that you join the community so that way you can learn how you can get access to our special Chase representative and help you get a designated relationship manager to help you get higher limit approvals. Sure, you can apply online. The average online approval is usually under 30,000. This rep specializes in getting people higher limit approvals with Chase. Again, join the credit community. You can learn how. The first credit union that we have on our list today is 𝑪𝒓𝒆𝒅𝒊𝒕 Federal Credit Union. They are great. You do have to be a member in order to apply for their credit products, but it's pretty simple to join them. In fact, if you become a member of some of these associations, including the American Consumer Council, you can join for free using the keyword or promo code consumer. Yes, consumer. You can join for free. If you do choose to pay, it's only $15, but your membership with the ACC will get you access to a number of different credit unions. In fact, we talk a lot about this inside of the credit community. So if you want to learn more, comment the word community and I'll send you over the link for the community. Now, 𝑪𝒓 is great for both personal and for business credit. They are a relationship-based bank, so you definitely want to go in, join as a member, start building up the personal side, and then you can work on the business side. They offer auto loans. They also offer RV loans. They have personal loans. They have credit cards, and their personal loans go up to $30,000. 𝑪𝒓 also offers the certificate pledge loan. Just like Navy Federal, you can do a pledge loan with 𝑪𝒓 to help you build credit from your savings account. You do have to have the funds available in your savings account that you wish to pledge, and that will then report to the credit bureaus to help you build credit. 𝑪𝒓's business credit cards actually go up to a $50,000 credit limit, so they do specialize in higher limits, which is great for those of you that have higher comparable credit on your personal side. Again, they will pull your personal credit just like every other business credit card out there. You also want to take note that they are what's called geo-restricted, meaning their business credit cards must be for businesses that are located and operating within Maryland, Virginia, or DC in order to be eligible. And if you know how to get around that, then of course, do your thing, set up a satellite office in those areas so that way you can then become eligible. Next up, we have PNC. PNC is a great option. Not only do they have an excellent personal side, they also have a great business side. Now, PNC is one of those banks that is very much relationship based. Once you start building that relationship, they are looking for at least a 750 credit score. That's on the business side. You can get approved with a little bit lower credit score on the personal side, but they really want to see your credit score over 700. They are going to be using Experian for both personal and business products, but you want to start off on the personal side and build up to the business side. Once you get to the business side, you want to focus on getting 5 business products. That could be checking account, a business savings account, a merchant account with the business, 5 different banking products. They want to start you off with the business credit card and then work you up to the business line of credit. Same kind of thing with the personal side. Start off with the credit cards. They have some really great options for those of you that are just starting out as well. And if you notice right now, a lot of these banks are going to be having what's called a welcome offer. So you can actually make money from simply opening up a checking account or a savings account with them and meeting the minimum requirements. You have to understand what their requirements are and ensure that you meet all of those check boxes in order for you to receive your welcome bonus. Once you receive your welcome bonus, you can simply close the account if you wish, but with an account like PNC, I recommend continuing to expand your relationship and build it over the years. For those of you that are just starting off to build credit, they do have the secured credit card option that goes up to $2,500. Now, it does start off at a $300 minimum, but I would never recommend just starting off at the minimum. If you are going to go on the lower end, I would try to shoot for at least $500 because you want to kind of set that bar a little bit higher. For those of you that have a little bit more established credit, you can check out some of their other credit cards and welcome bonuses that they have. I would try to go after anything where you see the word signature. Signature is always something that I gravitate to because, and I tell my clients to gravitate to, because a signature card means that it's a higher approval. It's usually $20K or better, but signature cards are always going to have a much higher credit limit. So those are the cards that you want to go after. This does not have an annual fee, so you're all set there. Definitely check out PNC and start building your relationship with them today. Next up, we have Discover. Discover is great because they have a secured credit card. It will allow you to pre-qualify with no impact to your credit score. Right now, Discover does use Experian. However, Discover and Capital One are now going to merge. So we'll see what is to come in the future, if Discover is going to continue to only use Experian or if they're going to adapt to Capital One and pull all 3 credit bureaus. Now, if you are concerned with them pulling another credit bureau like TransUnion or Equifax, just like I mentioned in my TransUnion video, which I'll leave those videos below, the banks with Equifax and TransUnion, you want to freeze or lock the other bureaus that you're not using at the time. You don't need to keep them locked, but during credit applications, it's always kind of best practice just in case things change. Things are always changing, and sometimes credit pulls can vary based on your location. I know it sounds silly, but I've seen it and I've seen some crazy things go on. So ensure that they only pull from one, just freeze the other. Simple. But Discover is great for their secured credit card because it graduates in about 7 months and you get your deposit back in the form of a check. And then they increase your credit limit. So say, for example, you start with like a deposit of say $500. In about 7 months, as long as you manage your card properly, you spend, you pay, you spend, you pay, you don't get any late payments. And of course, you don't max out your card or keep it maxed out. Then they will refund your deposit in the form of a check and expand your credit limit depending on what your credit score is. Usually it's up, a few $1,000s or so, and then you can continue to just work with your relationship. Unfortunately, Discover or Capital One don't really make it easy to request a credit limit increase. Now, again, things are always changing, but if you do call in, chances are if you speak to a rep over the phone and you ask for a credit limit increase, it will be a hard pull. That's just how it is with most banks. However, if there is an option to request a credit line increase through the app, generally when you use the app, now, and this is in some cases, it's not going to result in a hard pull. It'll generally result in a soft pull. Again, it can vary by bank. bank. But Discover is great for their credit cards. They are also really great for their personal loans. They have a lot of different options in regards to credit cards, not just for the starter secured card option, but they also have more established credit options. They have student credit cards and much more. Another thing that I like about Discover is it's a pre-qualification, meaning you can see if you're pre-qualified right on their website with no hard impact to your credit score. Next up, which is one of my personal favorites, we have American Express. American Express primarily uses Experian. I rarely see them pull anything else. They are great for travelers. Now, American Express was designed as a charge card, meaning pretty much you pay back whatever you spend the following month. So now they have adapted to the pay over time limit. There are pros and cons to this because American Express is nothing light when it comes to their interest rates, I should say. So if you are going to be going with American Express, just make sure that you pick the card that's best fit for your lifestyle. If you are someone who likes to travel a lot, they have a lot of really great travel options that can even get you access to the Tradelines lounges inside of the airports, like the Platinum card. Any Platinum card holder, doesn't matter if you are a primary card holder or even an authorized user card holder. If you have a Platinum card, that will gain you access into those lounges inside of the airport where you can get free food, free beverages, hang out, chill, and, hang out with American Express Platinum card holders only. It's kind of like an exclusive club. Now, the Platinum card doesn't come with anything light but that annual fee, and that annual fee for most Platinum cards, you're looking at about $6.95. The great thing about the American Express business credit cards is they do not report to your personal credit. They are primarily based off of your personal credit or a credit partner's personal credit, whoever would be guaranteeing on behalf of the business. You can get multiple credit cards with one inquiry inside of the app or even online. Once you start applying, generally you're approved. Once you're approved, you're going to keep on applying until you get a notice saying, hey, call us. We don't know if this is really you. You can get multiple American Express credit cards with one hard credit pull. And the great thing about, applying for anything with Experian, it's really easy to get your credit inquiries off of your credit report. If you have my credit inquiry deletion guide, it is the blueprint, the instructions on what to do. Call them over the phone, write them a letter, upload it, but it's really easy to get inquiries removed from Experian. They're probably the easiest out of the three bureaus, but you have to be persistent and consistent, of course. But these are their featured cards. They have a ton of different cards, so definitely check them out. But like I said, a lot of their cards were meant for charge card purposes, so they do have a very high interest rate. So don't allow yourself to get into debt. I would manage this card properly, use the welcome offers to your advantage, use these cards to your advantage. If you are a small business owner, get the cards in your business name so that way the debt does not report onto your personal credit. The great thing about these business credit cards with American Express or charge cards with American Express is there is no preset spending limit for the most part, so you have some pretty flexible spend, but some of their cards have the pay over time feature, which allows a little bit more flexibility for business owners. And it's kind of like hidden debt. Nobody really sees it. It's not really on your business credit reports, and it's definitely not on your personal credit reports unless you default. Okay. Then of course they're going to come after you. But as long as you pay on time, you won't have any issues with them. Just make sure that you understand what your terms are and what or if you have a pay over time limit, okay? Those are very important things. The only way that you're really going to know what your pay over time limit is when you get your card in the mail. You're going to receive a letter that says, hey, this is what your pay over time limit is, okay? But again, don't get yourself caught up with that. Make sure that you use it responsibly and pay it off quickly, because that interest will drown somebody. Okay, next up, but again, I love American Express in so many ways. It's just their interest rates are crazy, but you can get some really great welcome offers with American Express. And here's a quick little hack for you guys. Normally they have a little chat feature on their website, okay? Or if you are on their website, change your VPN to a really high income area, and that is going to generally get you a much better offer when it comes to the welcome offer. So if I go to American Express right now, right, I can see that they have the platinum card, and right now I can get a welcome offer of 175,000 membership rewards points after I spend $8,000 on purchases on my new card within the first 6 months of membership. Okay, so that's not too bad, but it says apply, and then if I'm approved, find out the offer amount, right? Accept the card with the offer, spend $8,000 in 6 months, and then receive the welcome bonus. Now, if I look at this offer and then I kind of go and do something else, and maybe I come back, or even if you find a better offer online, you can actually call into American Express and say, hey, I have this other offer, or if someone else has a better offer that they can give you. Sometimes card holders have incentives and have better welcome offers, but do your research. And sometimes if it is during normal business hours, they have the chat feature on their website, and you can chat with a live agent from American Express and see if you can negotiate a better welcome offer. Say, hey, I've been looking at the platinum card, but I did see a much better welcome offer prior. What's the best welcome offer you can possibly give me? Okay, and try to negotiate. Just like with everything else out there, everything is negotiable. All right, next up we have Chase. Chase is one of my favorite banks out there because they are wonderful for the personal side. They are wonderful for the business side. They have an amazing amount of credit cards for the personal side, probably more than anybody else out there right now. Chase is definitely the #1 bank in the United States. They have great welcome offers. So if you are not already a Chase member, you can earn $300 for just simply opening up a checking account with Chase. So like I said in some of my prior videos, you can literally make money, thousands of dollars every year by simply opening up checking accounts or savings accounts or getting new welcome offers from bank accounts, whether that's a checking account, savings account, or even a credit card by doing the welcome bonus offer. And it's a great way just to make free money. So again, follow the instructions here and you can certainly be on your way to earning some free money from simply opening up an account and following what their requirements are for that particular bonus. Now, Chase has some of the best credit cards, travel cards, and business credit cards that are out there right now. The thing about Chase is they don't really want to give out more than 3 credit cards per person, okay? And I've seen this happen. I was just working with a client where he had 3 credit cards on his personal side, and he was denied for a business credit card. So there's a few things that you can do with Chase. One is called reallocation. So say, for example, you have a $30,000 credit card with Chase and you have a $20,000 credit card with Chase, and you just got the $20,000 credit card. You can actually move most of the credit limit over to your other card, so that way you have, say, a $49,000 credit limit with the oldest card, and then you can close the newest card. Basically, so you're getting a high limit trade line. Now you only have 2 credit cards with Chase, and then you can apply for another credit card on the business side. So you can actually reallocate funds. And I always tell people, don't close your oldest account because you want to keep the accounts with the most amount of history. If you did want to close a Chase account, Chase credit card account, because you wanted to, get a Chase business credit card account and you have more than 2 personal credit cards with them, you can reallocate the funds. Okay, take the funds from the newest card, transfer, reallocate the funds to the credit limits, I should say, to the oldest card. So that way you have a higher limit and then you can close the newest account. The reallocation is amazing. Not all banks offer it, but Chase is one that still does allow you to reallocate the credit limits. So that way you can get a higher credit limit, which is amazing, right? They also have some really great travel cards for those of you that fly or travel often. I'm telling you, one of my favorite is probably the Southwest card because of the companion pass and just the rewards that you get for using it. Not to mention some of their welcome offers are just simply crazy good. Now, Chase is another one that has been known to, pull funny stuff and try to pull other credit bureaus, though that's why you want to keep those other ones locked. It can vary by territory. I'm here in California, so I don't see a whole lot of people where Chase pulls, pulls Equifax or TransUnion. I primarily just see Chase pulling from Experian, and I have clients that are all over the United States. Once in a while, I might see something different, but for the most part, it's primarily Experian on both personal and business. They are great for the business side. I have a relationship with a Chase business manager, so if you are looking for high limit business credit cards with Chase, definitely reach out, join the credit community. We're having a class on that this month, and we're going to go over how you can get access and then offer that, for your business or, just be able to leverage that high limit card or leverage that relationship. Not to mention, they also have loans, lines of credit for both personal and business. So Chase is well-rounded, and no, you do not need to have a bank account in order to apply for their credit products. Most of the time, it's just the credit unions that you have to be a member with, or like USAA, for example, you would have to be a member in order to apply for their credit products, even though they're not a credit union per se. But Chase, you do not have to have a bank account. And in fact, I recommend people don't have a bank account with Chase because you want to kind of leave that, room for, growth with them and say, hey, I don't mind bringing my banking over here, but let me see what you can do for me first. You can always start with the business credit card, and I can help you get anywhere from a $50,000 up to $100,000 business credit card with Chase, and sometimes even two, as long as you don't have too many open personal cards with Chase. So I would say, if you're going to optimize things best, I would save the personal cards and really just get two business cards with Chase. If you already have a personal card with Chase, that's fine. You can still get a business card with Chase, but like I said, they don't really like to give more than 3 credit products per social security number. So you can always find additional credit partners to be able to qualify for your business. That's always an option as well. And the great thing about Chase is it's all stated income. You don't need to have revenue. You don't need to have a business address. You don't need to have a business website. You don't even need to have a business email address. It's all primarily based off of your personal credit. Okay. They don't look at Dun & Bradstreet for a business side. So you can totally get funding. And guess what? You don't need to set up your business like, we always tell you do, step 1 is this, step 2 is this. And, that's another reason why I say, guys, get the credit kit, because inside of this credit kit, not only do I give you information about personal credit, I give you information about business credit. I've got the 6 rules to maximize. This kit alone should probably be $5,000, because essentially this is more information than what people were putting inside of their $5,000 course. And I'm giving to you for free $99. Yes, all value, my friends, all value. So the kit is in the description, or if you comment the word kit, I will send you access over the kit. But another thing that I like about Chase is they have the business line of credit. Now, the business line of credit is going to be a little bit more, in depth as far as qualification goes for the business, just like any business line of credit would be. They used to be really easy to get, but now here in 2025, banks are really tightening up. So what a lot of banks want you to do is start with the business credit card and then, do that for 4 to 6 months, maybe even more. Spend, pay, manage it properly, and then move up to the business line of credit. Usually the business line of credit in most banks will go up to $50,000, but with Chase, it goes up to $100,000. Okay. Once you get past 100,000, that's where more documents get involved. So that's why I say if you don't want documents, meaning you don't want tax returns, you don't want them asking for documents, then you want to stay under $100,000. But there's a lot of opportunity for you to not only expand your business, but to be able to have working capital and a lot of funding opportunities with Chase that will not require any business revenue. Next up, we have Wells Fargo. I'm sure many of you have heard of Wells Fargo, but they are absolutely an Experian bank. They do have quite a few good credit cards to choose from, and no, you do not have to have a bank account with them. In fact, I have a few of their credit cards and do not have any sort of banking relationship with them. But a couple of their more popular cards right now are the Built card. That's meant for paying your rent. And the thing that I like about Wells Fargo is you can actually see if you are pre-qualified right here on their website. So they have different cards for different purposes. So if you are looking for a card where you can pay your rent or your mortgage and actually earn, you are in the right spot. The Built card actually allows you to earn up to 1x points on paying your rent. So you can earn up to 100,000 points annually by doing something that you already have to do. We all have to pay rent. We all have to pay our mortgage. So why not earn points or earn rewards for something that we already have to do and allow it to help us build credit? So the Built card is great for that. There is no annual fee, and honestly, you can actually earn points on a lot of other things as well. Dining and travel and rent. They have other cards with a lot of other offers. You can see they have some really good intro offers for some of their cards, and they have a couple new cards out there right now. The Key card is a new card from Wells Fargo, and anytime you see a new credit product with a bank, you know they're going to be pushing it and giving you a really good welcome offer to bring people in. So you can see here, this is a $300 welcome credit. It looks like you can earn $300 in one Key cash after you spend $1,000 in purchases in the first 3 months. Not bad, okay? There is no annual fee as well, so that's really good, and it gets pretty good travel spend as well. So you can unlock gold status when you spend $15,000 per year, and they are partnered with over 10,000 hotels. They also have the Key Plus card where you can earn $400 after you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, and all of those different reward options as well. They only have one business credit card, which is the Signify card, and this is a newer credit card. It is their only credit card, and they have a pretty good welcome offer right now. If you qualify, it is primarily just based off personal credit and, of course, the information that you put on the application, making sure your business can be verified, has some sort of online presence, but it's very minimal because for the most part, it is primarily based off your personal credit. So you can earn up to $500 if you spend $5,000 in purchases within the first 3 months, which is pretty easy if you have a business and you have 0% interest for 12 months on this business card. So this is a really good offer for the business side of things. And if you are looking to refinance some of your debt, they actually have a really good card for that. So they have their Reflect card. And right now, this Reflect card has the longest 0% APR I have seen out there. Okay. And I have not seen 21 months in a really long time. The most that I generally see is 18 months, 0% interest. But Wells Fargo had to go ahead and top that. So they said, hey, we're going to invest and we're going to put 0% interest for 21 months. So this is a really great card if you are, holding a little debt on a credit card and you want to do a balance transfer, because you will have 0% APR for 21 months from opening the account on purchases and qualifying balance transfers. So you just need to make sure that your balance transfer would qualify, meaning soon as you open the account, you want to do that balance transfer, because the balance transfer must be made within 120 days of you opening the account. So you just want to make sure that you read that fine print and understand. If you need help, you can always book a one-on-one with me and see what would be the best option for you with your situation. Sometimes we have to add trade lines to kind of offset things, bring the score up, add higher limit comparable credit. No worries. I have a ton of trade lines that I can help you guys with. Next up, we have USAA. Now, they are not a credit union, but they are very membership based. So you have to be a member with USAA in order to apply for their credit products. But once you are a member with them, they have some of the best credit cards on the market. USAA does offer a secured credit card. They start at $250 and go all the way up to $5,000. Right now, they have one of their Advantage Visa Platinum cards, which has 0% APR for 15 months, and convenience checks that post to your account within 90 days of opening your account. So you want to make sure that if you are going to be doing a balance transfer to get that 0% APR, you do the balance transfer as soon as possible. They do have, looks like, a transaction fee of 5% for the balance transfers, but it's still going to save you money because you're not going to be paying interest on that. They do also have their preferred Visa signature card. Again, we're always looking for that word signature, because if you're looking to get higher limits, that signature card is going to do it for you, especially when you can find a signature card with no annual fee. And this one happens to have a decent welcome offer where you can make $200 if you spend $1,000 within the first 90 days of opening the account. That's usually pretty easy to do. And then, of course, they do have an American Express branded card. Looks like this one is 0% interest for 15 months. They've got their Visa signature card. There's no special offer for that one. Their USAA American Express, no offer for that one. And if things are always changing, so you always want to check back and see if there are any other offers at the time that you're asking for. Now, another signature card, 30,000 bonus points when you spend $3,000. So again, bonuses and things are always changing, and sometimes you can negotiate terms or negotiate your welcome offer with them. You can just go to the chat feature on the website and see if you can get a better welcome offer. USAA is not necessarily known for their business banking. It's primarily for the personal side of things. But overall, USAA is probably one of the best financial institutions that you can possibly be a part of for many reasons besides banking. They have insurance and a number of other great benefits. So if you can get in with them, please do. It's well worth it. Now, if you are a business owner, they have a secured business credit card that can actually help your business build credit, which is actually pretty cool, because out of all the videos that I've shown you guys, a lot of these banks don't offer a business credit credit card to help you build credit. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Really cool. They have branded debit cards, pretty darn cool if you ask me. They have credit cards. They have a lot of different things that can help you on the personal side, including a secured credit card. So if you wanted to apply, just come on over to their website. If you did need a secured credit card to kind of help you build up your credit, it's anywhere from $300 all the way up to $5,000. Most secured credit cards are going to cap out at $5,000. But for those of you that have a little bit more established credit, they have some other credit cards that usually are pretty high, $20K or better approval. They have the Evergreen card, which would probably be my choice right now. They have the Getaway by FNBO. This is really for like travel, and they have a 0% intro offer for 12 months. So I always like to get those 0% offers, whether it's on the personal side or the business side, especially when there's like a balance transfer on it, because if you are holding debt on any other credit card where you're paying interest, you can balance transfer to these cards that will allow you to do a balance transfer and still pay the 0% APR for 12 or whatever months it is. And then they have the secured card. Now, FNBO is very much a relationship-based bank. So if you are going to be going after their credit products, I would highly recommend that you open up a checking account with them, get a little direct deposit, try to get 5 banking products with them. They also have personal line of credit. They have personal loans. And guess what? They even have debt consolidation. So if you are looking to consolidate some debt, they do have debt consolidation. You may qualify with personal loan. Hopefully you do. If not, you'll just have to get creative. I talked about a bunch of other ways inside of the transunion video. All right. Watch part 3 with like Lightstream and all those. And that's a way that you can really reconsolidate the debt with a much lower interest rate. So that way you don't have to use one of those debt consolidation companies that's going to rip you off. All right. But if you're unsure of what option would be best for you, you can always book a call and I can give you a blueprint on what the best plan of action would be for you and your goals. Our next Experian bank is going to be First Citizens Bank. First Citizens Bank is a great option, especially for those of you that are looking for a new credit card that are going to have 0% interest on balance transfers. They have several cards. All of them are 0% APR for the first 12 months. You can check them out here. The only card that they have that has an annual fee is their travel rewards card. But all of the cards you can see here have a 0% APR for the first 12 months on balance transfers. So again, if you guys want to move some things around, get some debt paid off quicker, you want to get some of these 0% APR balance transfer cards and try to find the best option for you and of course the lowest balance transfer fees to actually do it. Because a lot of times you'll get 0% on balance transfers as far as interest goes, but there is a small percentage to transfer that balance over. Usually it's like 5%. But if you can find a bank that has the lowest percentage to transfer the funds, then great. First Citizens Bank also has a business side, but not to mention they offer a ton of different lending products on the personal side. They have auto loans, they have RV loans, they have motorcycle loans, they have boat loans. That's under their specialized lending program. They also have home improvement loans, okay? Home equity loans. They have their secured credit card to help you build credit. They have their certificate of deposit. Again, if you're building a relationship with the bank, you want to definitely get those certificate of deposits with the bank. Maybe set up like a high yield savings account. But with them, I really like them because of the amount of funding funding that they offer. Right here, if you are a medical professional, they offer medical professional mortgages, okay? They offer renovation loans. They offer home construction loans, okay? So a lot of different opportunity there, and just to kind of get yourself into a better, better place. And a lot of you guys may have never even heard of this bank, but that's the beauty of taking the time to learn before you just jump right into things, because this is an Experian bank. They're great for the business side. They're great for the personal side. They also have some business credit cards right here. You'll see that they also have, some really good welcome offers as well. So whatever's, best for you. Few of their cards will be 0% interest for, this one's 9 months. This one's 9 months. So mostly 9 months. This one's 12 months. So, if you really want to get kind of, debt free, what you could potentially do is get a business credit card, balance transfer the funds to the business card if they, if you can, if it's applicable. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. But in most cases, a lot of people put their business expenses on their personal cards, and then will need to transfer that to a business card once they can get qualified. But it's not hard to qualify for a business credit card. Most of the time with banks, with business credit cards, with regard to business credit cards, I should say, it's primarily based on your personal credit and nothing more. Sometimes it is, but for the most part, it's personal credit based. Our next Experian bank is going to be Beth Page. And Beth Page is a federal credit union. So that means that you have to become a member with them. But again, I taught you guys how to join the American Consumer Council, and that will get you into a lot of different banks. To learn more, join the credit community. Inside of our classroom section, we go over a ton. You'll have access to all of these, by the way. You will also be able to review every video that we have previously done and all of the different comments and, posts that have been in the community. So with, a lot of other communities, you don't have all of the access to the previously recorded stuff. A lot of it's like, oh, you got to pay more to learn that. You have to pay more to watch that, or, you have to pay $1,000 to watch this, It's just not fair. But in this community, I don't charge you guys. I give you digital products and so much information. And on our live calls, you can ask questions to get that guidance that we all need when we're starting off on this journey. Beth Page also offers a really great business side, and their business credit cards go up to $50,000. So the maximum $50K, there is no annual fee. You just need to have a personal guarantor. Okay, that's it. That's all. And they have some 0% interest offers, welcome offers, and sometimes their offers change, just like with different banks. But if you had an offer that you saw prior, you can always contact them and see if they can still offer you that, or if they have another offer that's coming up pretty soon. And the great thing about Beth Page, it's super easy to join. You can literally spend $5 to fund your membership savings account. And of course, membership is subject to approval. So make sure you don't have any negatives on like check systems or early warning. If for some reason you're denied, request a copy of the report and the reason why you are denied and work on those things. But Beth Page, overall, great for both personal and business. Next up, we have Bank of America. Bank of America has some of the best auto loan programs out there for personal and business credit. The great thing about their auto loans is you can literally go right to their website for the personal side and you can pre-qualify right on their website. Auto loan pre-qualification, no hard impact until you accept the offer. If you do accept the offer, it's great because it's only one credit pull and then you got approved for a vehicle. Now, Bank of America has my favorite and probably the best business auto loan program out there because you can get up to 4 business auto loans under each LLC with Bank of America. You just have to make sure that your business is older than 2 years, okay? Your personal credit score is over 700, and they use Experian to approve you for the business auto loans that do not report to the personal credit. You can purchase them used or new directly from their approved dealership. And it's an easy peasy, simple process. You can literally apply right online. You don't have to have a business bank account with them. You do not have to really have much of anything except for a good personal guarantor for the business, and the business needs to have been open for over 2 years according to the Secretary of State. Now, sometimes if the auto loan is a higher value, like over $50,000, I have seen them request tax returns. So if you want to kind of stay on that no documents required, I would try to stay under that $50,000 range. So that way they don't ask you for any sort of documents, because a lot of times with Bank of America Auto Loan Program, it's going off of stated information on your application, and then you just have to sign that, hey, I'm a signer on behalf of the business, and it does not report to your personal credit. So it's a great way to kind of hide that debt. Next up, we have First Tech. Okay, now I have chose this section because First Tech and DCU, First Tech is an Experian credit union and DCU is an Equifax credit union. So they have actually merged. Yes, they have. Okay, and you can actually go to their website and learn more about the merge. So this is all, newer information, and they have officially announced the merge. So we'll kind of see what's to come of this and who's going to kind of be taking the forefront, and, if they are going to continue to be an Experian bank, or, what's to come of all of this. But ultimately, First Tech has always been a really great bank. I have them. I enjoy them. And if you are interested in joining, their membership is very simple and easy process. And they work with a lot of people that don't have perfect credit. So even if you have less than fair credit, you can still join. A lot of times when you join First Tech, it can be a hard credit pull just to join them as a member. Okay. But you can get that off. You can definitely call and dispute that and get that off of your credit report. But they have business accounts as well. But definitely, I would focus on the personal accounts with First Tech right now, because we just don't know which direction they plan to go. So it's kind of like up in the air, but they do have a lot of great offers right now. So you can check out some of their high yield savings and their checking, and check out some of their credit cards. Of course, like with any other credit union, you absolutely would have to become a member with them to get access to their credit products. But hey, that's perfectly fine, because like I said, with them merging with DCU, this just means that they're going to have even more accessible lending products for their members. They have a ton of different credit products, also secured credit products for those of you that are still, building credit. They've got a ton of personal loans as well. So you see here, you can even do the certificate secured loan, which is going to help you build credit with your savings account, basically. Just kind of like with Navy Federal, but with them, the borrower starts at $500 and it can go all the way up to like $5,000. But it's really great because it can help you build credit. They also have the personal line of credit, fixed rate loan, and then a stock secured loan, stock secured line of credit, certificate secured loan, and savings secured loans. So you can check those out, and those can definitely help you get, maybe what you need, or just help you build up some more positive credit, but definitely worth looking into with First Tech. Next up, Lafayette Federal Credit Union. They are great. They have a referral program in here, which I really like. So if, say, for example, you have them, you can actually refer friends and family and actually make money by simply referring other people to their bank. And like I said, with credit unions, you have to be a member, but this is great because you can make 5 referrals and earn up to $125. So basically that's $25 for referral when they join Lafayette Federal Credit Union. And guess what? It's easy peasy lemon squeezy for them to join. And they have a lot of different great products that they offer, including a lot of options to build credit. They have credit card options, they have personal loans, they also have home improvement loans. The one thing that I like about their personal loans is that they offer the option to build credit. So they have the shared certificate loan, and this allows you to borrow the full amount of their certificate balance, and that will help you build credit. And then they also have home improvement loans where you can use this money to renovate without using the equity from your home. And this allows you to borrow anywhere from $5,000 all the way up to $75,000 for up to 180 months. So that is a really great plan. And again, you can also do the secured one. You can build and establish your credit. They have the credit builder loan. They have the shared secured loan. They have the shared certificate loan. So a lot of great options to allow you to build credit. You can see here, they have the signature. Again, anything signature is going to be of a higher value. So that signature is going to go up to $50,000. Line of credit up to $50,000. Certificate's going to be like basically whatever your balance is, right? The credit builder loan goes up to $5,000. The shared secured loan, whatever the shared balance is. And they also have credit cards as well. So lots of good credit products. You can actually get credit cards and personal loans, but again, build up the relationship. Anytime you have a credit union, spend time building up the relationship when you first get the account. 3 months, 5 banking products or more, all of that, same concept here, right? And again, we're going to be looking for those signature cards that we want to apply for because that's, really the best type of credit cards that they have. So you can check out some of their credit cards here, and guess what? Lafayette Federal Credit Union is claiming to have the lowest interest rates out there right now. So that's another positive about them. And again, great overall bank to get to know. And I highly recommend Lafayette Federal Credit Union. Become a member, start building your relationship because there's a ton of ways that they can help you build credit and then get the credit that you need. And that is all for now, my friends. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't by now, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel, and most importantly, leave me a comment below, get access to the free credit kit, and join the credit community. I will see you next time. Make sure to watch the video coming up next.